Hello, welcome back to Playful Pedagogy. I'm Maureen, and in my last video, I shared the foundations of Playful Pedagogy, motivating students using comprehensible input and using visible thinking routines. And today I want to share with you what can grow from these foundations. So let's break it down. The first thing we need to do is define playful. What does playful mean? I love the resource Project Zero with their playful pedagogy, their pedagogy. I like to reference Project Zero's pedagogy of play, POP for short, in their definition of playful. They define playful as a quality of an experience or the stance a learner takes towards learning. Playful can be choice, agency, curiosity, wonder, joy, intrinsic motivation, experimentation, risk taking, active meaning making, and social interaction. However, play doesn't have to be social. You can be playful on your own. You might find something playful when you're reading a book or painting a picture. Pop often summarizes playful learning as active, engaging, meaningful, and joyful. But it can also be intellectually rigorous, goal-oriented, and embedded in serious academic work. In POP, being playful is how learners engage with ideas, materials, and each other, bringing curiosity, flexibility, and willingness to explore, even within a structured learning environment. All right, so now that we understand playful, what is pedagogy? Going back to POP, the pedagogy of play through Project Zero, their definition of pedagogy is an intentional design of learning environments and interactions that shape how learning happens. The choices educators make to support particular kinds of learning experiences are important. These choices should include learning goals and experiences, the environment that the learners are in, the roles and relationships of teachers and learners, time, structure, documentation, and reflection. Project Zero emphasizes that pedagogy is intentional, responsive, and value-driven. In short, pedagogy is the deliberate reflective practice of shaping conditions for learning. And in POP, those conditions are designed to invite playful, curious, and meaningful engagement. And I agree. This channel, Playful Pedagogy, is inspired by, but different from, Harvard Project Zero's pedagogy of play. POP's research, developed in collaboration with LEGO, helps us understand why play matters by framing play as a stance toward learning and pedagogy as the intentional design of learning conditions. However, Playful Pedagogy, this channel, and my website are about my own classroom-based practice, shaped by Project Zero's research, my graduate work, and subsequent teaching experiences. It reflects how I bring those ideas to life every day through motivating, comprehensible, and visible learning experiences rooted in curiosity, joy, and human connection. For me, Playful Pedagogy is an approach to teaching that blends evidence-based educational practices with meaningful engagement rooted in joy, creativity, and fun. It's about making learning accessible, memorable, and motivating. It's about designing learning experiences where students feel competent, curious, capable, and courageous. A playful pedagogy integrates play into learning. To do this, I consider 3 pillars of playful pedagogy. Pillar 1, being play-based learning. Purposeful play allows students to explore, experiment, and build understanding through joyful activity. Play is where curiosity meets learning. For me, play-based learning is where a student can play with an idea or a concept or something that they're curious about. They can have fun with it. They can explore it in their own way. They have agency. Pillar 2 is game-based learning or gamification, where you add goals, challenges, and feedback. Learning becomes something students want to participate in because it advances them and that makes them feel good. Mistakes aren't failures. They're part of the journey and help learners reach their goals by providing helpful feedback. Think of if you've ever played in a video game or had a particular challenge that you just couldn't get right away, but you had to do it over and over and over again, and eventually you figured out what you needed to do to make it past that next level. That's the idea there. And pillar 3 is laugh out loud learning. Joy, humor, and warmth lower stress and increase engagement. When students feel relaxed and connected, they're more open to learning. A relaxed brain is a learning brain. And what we frequently say here is that when you lower an affective filter, to back up a step, an affective filter is where you are feeling a little bit, um, if you're feeling nervous or uncomfortable, then your affective filter is higher. It helps to protect you. But if you're relaxed and calm and laughing and having a good time, your affective filter goes down and you're more open to learning and taking risks, making mistakes, and growing. When these 3 pillars are built on strong foundations, learning becomes playful, powerful, and productive. That is playful pedagogy. Learning is most powerful when students feel safe to speak, explore, and try again. Meaningful learning invites voice, choice, and risk taking. It deepens when students are curious, courageous, and brave enough to try, even if it means getting them wrong. Playful pedagogy is about creating classrooms where curiosity leads, thinking is visible, laughter is welcome, and mistakes are made with a growth mindset. If you're curious about what this can look like in real classrooms or in your classroom with real students and real constraints, I invite you to explore more here on this channel or over at my website. And I would love to be able to help you design learning that feels motivating, comprehensible, joyful, and sustainable for our students and for us. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you for the next post. Have a great day. Ah. What is it called? I just blanked. I just froze.